Hi to all, welcome to my third class on basic geometrical ideas. In today's class I am going to discuss about polygons. Before that, in the last class we discussed about curves. Let me show you two curves. Here you can see two curves. Are they simple? Yes, they are not crossing itself. So it is simple curve. Are they closed? Yes, of course, they are closed. Then what is the difference between these two curves? Here, in the second curve, you can see these curves are made up of line segment. If the curve is a simple closed curve made up of line segment, we can call it as polygon. So what is polygon? Polygon is a simple closed curve made up of line segments. Now let me take a polygon. Here you can see a polygon. Can you say how many line segments are used here? Yes, here you can see is 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here 6 line segments we used to make this polygon. This line segment we can call it as sides of the polygon. So what is a side of a polygon? Sides means the line segment are the sides of the polygon. Now, if I give you a polygon and name it as A, B, C, D, E, F, can you say what are the sides? Yes, here sides we can write it as sides are. You can write the line segment AB is a side. Similarly, another side you can say BC. Next side you can say CD. Then what are the other sides? Of course, they are ED, EF and FA. These are all called the sides of the polygon. Now, let me show you some polygons. Here is a polygon. How many sides are here? Only 3 sides. Now, sides increasing, it is a 4-sided polygon, 5-sided, 6-sided, 7-sided. Here in this way, when sides are increasing, you will get different types of polygon. When sides are increasing, the polygon looks like a circle. This is a 50-sided polygon. So when sides are increasing, the shape of the polygon looks like a circle. Now come back to the polygon. Here you can see a polygon A, B, C, D, E, F. Now let me take 2 sides. One is AB, another is BC. Here in these 2 sides, B is a common point. If 2 sides having a common point, then these sides we can call it as adjacent sides. It is called adjacent sides. So here AB and BC are adjacent sides. So how can you define adjacent sides? Adjacent sides, any 2 sides with a common endpoint are adjacent sides. Here you can see for AB and BC, B is the common endpoint, so AB and BC are adjacent sides. Now let me take a polygon. Can you say what are the adjacent sides here? Okay, here AB and BC are one pair of adjacent sides. Can you say another pair of adjacent side? Of course, BC and CD. Here for BC and CD, C is common. Similarly, can you say another pair of adjacent side? Yes, here it is you take ED and EF. Here E is the common point, so ED and EF are adjacent sides. Now let me take another polygon. What is the name of this polygon? Yes, PQRST. Now let me take a pair of sides. This is TP, this is PQ. Now these two sides meeting at a point. Which is that meeting point? Yes, it is P. P is the meeting point of two sides, that is TP and PQ. This meeting point also has a name. It is called vertex of the polygon. So what is vertex? It is simple, meeting points of two sides. Can you say another vertex? Yes, here P is a vertex. Another vertex you can say it is Q. So what is vertex? Vertex is the meeting point of a pair of sides is called a vertex. Here you can see many meeting points, that is Q is the meeting point of PQ and RQ, so Q is a vertex. Similarly, R is a vertex, S is a vertex, T is a vertex. All together we can call it as vertices. The plural of vertex is vertices. So what are the vertices here? You can say P, Q, R, S and T. These are all the vertices of this polygon. Here is a polygon GPRST. Now let me consider a side. TG is the side. Now TG containing two vertices, that is T and G. These vertices we can call it as adjacent vertices. Adjacent vertices. So what is adjacent vertices? Endpoints of the same side are called adjacent vertices. Now let me take that polygon. What are the adjacent vertices here? Adjacent vertices here T and G is a pair of adjacent vertices we already discussed. Then what is the another pair? Yes, G and P. That means the endpoints of the sides here GP. The endpoints are G and P. Similarly, consider the side SR. So S and R are adjacent vertices. Similarly, P and R are adjacent vertices. So write all pairs of adjacent vertices here. Here in this polygon GPRST, consider a vertex G. Can you say what are the adjacent vertices of G? Yes, P is an adjacent vertices of G because the endpoints of the side GP. And T is also adjacent vertices of G. Now, what are the vertices which are not adjacent to G? That we can call it as non-adjacent vertices. Non-adjacent vertices. So, what are the non-adjacent vertices of G? You can say R, which is not adjacent to G, and S, that also not adjacent to G. Now let me join these two vertices, that is GS and RG. GS and RG is the line segment joining non-adjacent vertices. This line segment has a name. It is called diagonal. Then what is diagonal? Diagonal is the join of non-adjacent vertices. So you can write the join of any two non-adjacent vertices is called a diagonal. Let me consider a polygon KMRSNV. Now consider a vertex M. What are the non-adjacent vertices of M? Yes, of course it is S, N and V. K and R are adjacent to M. Now let me join this. So MS, MN and MV. These are all called diagonals of this polygon. That is, MS is a diagonal. Similarly, MN is another diagonal and MV also a diagonal. Now can you find out any more diagonal in this polygon? Now consider the vertex R. According to R, M and S are adjacent. So what are the non-adjacent vertices? N is non-adjacent, join Rn. Similarly, RV, similarly RK. So three more diagonals you got it. Now consider the vertex S. According to vertex S, N and R are adjacent. So what are the non-adjacent? V and K. So join SV and SK. SV and SK are also diagonals. Now consider the vertex N. According to this vertex N, what are the adjacent vertices? V and S are adjacent. Non-adjacent vertex join, that is NK and NM, NR. NM and NR already joined. So here you will get many diagonals. Here the diagonals are MS, MN, MV, similarly RK, RV, RN, similarly SV, SK, MS already taken, here NK. These are all the diagonals of this polygon. So we discussed sides, adjacent sides, vertex, adjacent vertices and diagonals of a polygon. That is all for today's class. Have a nice day.